Mother Nature unleashed her fury on Montana, and we went anyway. I'm Scott Linden, and today as the National Shooting Sports Foundation presents Wing Shooting USA, we're surrounded by smoke and flames. Add hot temperatures, difficult sending conditions, and challenging shots at a mixed bag of the wildest prairie birds I've seen, and we've got a bit of an adventure. The crossroads village of Lewistown, Montana is ground zero for bird hunters, and unfortunately this year also for forest fires. No matter what direction you looked, there was smoke and flames. We were lucky watching from a distance, others not so much, and the wildland firefighters sure earned their pay last year. Thanks to all of you. Al Gadori of 6X Outfitters is our host, so pay close attention. He'll share his wisdom, philosophy, and vast knowledge of birds, dogs, habitat, and shooting. He brought his whole string and will need them in this dry heat.
This is Sis. This is a 12-year-old Brittany Spaniel. She's a very cautious, slow-moving dog, which is exactly what we need for the sage grouse this morning, because they're in pretty short grass. Well, if we find them up here, they're going to go over that edge and fly down in the creek bottom. So that's what they usually do. They're big.
Yeah.
They should be easy. Yeah. I'd say people have more trouble hitting a sage grouse than any other bird I hunt.
Well, you know, I would agree. And
it's like a goose at 20 yards.
Yes. Yeah.
They're going 50 miles an hour and you think they're going 10. So we might see anything up here. There's Huns, there's Sharptailed on this bench. You never know what you're going to run into. Of course, there's a lot of meadowlarks.
Yeah.
They're usually alone. They got the white-edged tail feathers.
I know.
But they don't make any noise. And you've never seen a quiet Hun. You know, you can hear the wings and you can hear the chirping.
Yeah.
And being the Montana state bird, it's a poor one for a non-resident to shoot. Take your time. You got more time than you think, you know, to shoot one good shot. You know, watching people shoot these birds, I can tell before they pull the trigger they've already missed.
Really?
Well, their feet aren't turned the right way.
Yeah.
The bird's too close most of the time. Water.
Yeah. And then we have to walk back up.
A mile and a half. She looks like she might have something.
That's a point right there.
Oh, Hun. Got one.
Good shooting. There it is.
There it is right there. There could be a straggler.
That would be nice.
Come on, sis. That a girl. I'm over here.
That's why I invented the real bird bumper. Hey, girl.
Come on over here. Come on, here you go. Good girl. Sis, that a girl. Can't get it the last 3 feet? It's heavy, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, she put in an extra 50 yards trying to find you with that blindfold.
Yeah.
Well, that was a pleasant surprise.
Yes, it was. The females have a lot of horizontal stripes here.
Oh,
this doesn't.
Yeah.
This is a young male.
Okay.
And it's just got the horseshoe starting. And then here, these feathers here, they're more vertical, not horizontal stripes. I shot 2 sharptails, and then 100 yards from the truck, and the other 100 just hunted right there.
I'm Cletus Bianchi with Laylabs GPS, inspired and designed while pursuing the American Upland Grand Slam on public lands with my dog, Callie.
New Mexico's Boot Heel holds good populations of Gambel's, Scaled, and Mearns quail on public land within easy drives of Deming or Silver City. Look for Gambels and Scalies and arroyos on western slopes of the mountain ranges, especially areas with windmills or stock ponds. As always, hunt downslope if possible. The Mearns like the Gila's grassy oak savannas. Watch for their scratchings in sandy soil. For more information on Laylabs GPS or public hunting options, check out laylabsgps.com.
What flushes next? That's coming up on Wing Shooting USA. This portion of Wing Shooting USA is brought to you by Happy Jack, taking care of man's best friend for over 70 years. Quail forever. Get a free Browning knife when you join today. Yeti, built for the wild. Fiocchi, quality ammunition since 1876. And ksoutdoors.com. There's no place like Kansas for generous mixed bag opportunities. Welcome to the Sporting Clays course here at Ruggs Ranch. Everybody warms up, dials in their guns, and learns a little bit more about safety right here before we go hunting. You can join us at the Ruggs Ranch in the Take Your Friend Hunting Sweepstakes. Go to wingshootingusa.org and enter to win a trip to Ruggs or a CZ shotgun. Of course, while you're there, you can ask a question. I'll answer some of them right here on the show, and all of them answered by me and everybody else on the Facebook page. I'll get to Tim Falconer's question later in the show. Right now, I hope you're enjoying our visit to Smoky, Montana and the grass range with Al Gadori and 6X Outfitters. Old Sis, the Brittany, 12 years old, still hard at it and showing us a good time, among other things. Also, some of the things that we're learning from Al about the natural history of the place. Pay attention. I guarantee you, you'll enjoy this show and all of the knowledge that Al will bestow on you. Enjoy the rest of the program. The Upland Checklist is brought to you by Cabela's, your source for dog gear. I carry a small squirt bottle of distilled water to wash the crud out of my dog's eyes. Vets like it better than saline solution. It's on the free downloadable gear list at ScottLindenOutdoors.com.
Thank you, Seth. Hey, if that's the best you can do, it's the best you can do. You're really a good dog.
Even when it's only part of a
Did
bird.
you see how happy she was?
Yeah.
The most likely spot for the Huns and the sage grouse is in that strip of green that goes
I believe
back.
it, yeah.
So we'll just take that back, one on either side,
Sounds good to me.
see what we find. You know, the first time I saw the sage grouse with one of my clients, and we just parked right in the middle of the covey, and he said, these birds, prairie birds, you see them go down, you should go after them. Keep in mind, that's where the snakes lay to get warm. No, they do.
I know.
She's telling us, take me where there's some birds.
Really, this is my form of protest.
Well, Geronimo said, when there's no more buffalo, I will hunt mice.
Yep.
For I am a hunter. Look here, the sage grouse have been here. Yeah, not today. It's kind of dried up, and that'll last a long time in this country until it rains. But they were here.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
right
they
here.
nest
They
in a
were
loose
roosted
in a loose group.
Yeah.
All within 6 or 8 feet of each other.
Yeah. The heat has taken its toll on 12-year-old Sis, so let's bring on the next team.
Yeah. A couple of days ago, we couldn't see across the road because the boss is always telling them, make sure it's tight. Whoa.
All right, Al, we're ready.
Okay.
So
Well-
you got any little dogs that like to run?
Yeah, that one does sort of. But here it could be anything. No heel. Good. Too bad. 2 Water. You'd think after a few miles she'd calm down a little bit. And, no, it ain't happening.
But like you said, I'd rather have her fired up than the other way around.
Oh yeah. Well, as soon as I get home, it's this whole thing. When do we eat? When do we eat? This is what they're feeding on.
Oh yeah.
They'll get 3 times that size, but
Yeah.
that's their favorite food right now. I don't know if this would constitute baiting. I'm gonna leave him there.
Just in case.
Yeah.
It'd be a very short life. Yeah. Whoa! Wow.
Yeah, I was surprised too. But there could be some more here.
I know, I should have pulled the trigger. I could have got half credit.
I would have said nice shot. Hey Bella, heel. Good girl, good.
That was a complete and total surprise.
Yes, and that's a young bird. He doesn't even have
No sharp tail.
the sharp tail.
Good shot, Al.
Well, that tells you a little bit about the scenting this morning.
Oh yeah, I'll be ready this time.
Good girl. Heel.
you got?
Mr. Red-tailed hawk. 50% of the hawks you see here are red-tails, and the rest of them are harriers.
Are the red-tails eating birds out here?
Yeah. Yeah, they'll eat birds.
Yeah.
The harriers eat more, I think.
Yeah.
And then we have, you know, golden eagles.
Oh, it is alive. Yeah.
Oh yeah, those little mounds. Maybe that's a certain type of hand that just doesn't taste good. I know fish love them.
Hunting with Al Gadori's 6X Outfitters is an education in birds, dogs, habitat, and natural history. Al does his research, knows the country, and will get you into birds under the big sky of Montana. He's also the best shot I've ever met. A botany lesson and a covey rise coming up on Wing Shooting USA. Today's Happy Jack health note is about poisoning your dog.
Whoa.
Yeah, many of the human foods we give to dogs could affect their performance or even poison them. Some of the most common are staples on hunting trips.
Whoa.
Chocolate causes seizures. Raisins and grapes cause kidney failure. Onions and garlic destroy red blood cells. Keep these away from your dog, too.
Careful.
Coffee, artificially sweetened gum and candy, avocado, alcoholic beverages, raw fish, raw eggs, and my favorite, salty snacks. There are plenty of dog-friendly foods that you might like, too, but leave the milk bones for Fido. Go to happyjackinc.com for all your dog care needs. So this is alfalfa here?
Well, it doesn't look like it, but this is what's left of alfalfa.
All right, at first it's what we would call volunteer alfalfa. It's coming up basically wild. Mm-hmm. But it's bare. There's no leaves.
The grasshoppers have eaten every single leaf off of this.
Wow.
We had a really good grasshopper year, and this is one of their favorites. It's the biggest insect out here.
So it's a tangled web.
Well, it's higher protein than than alfalfa.
Yeah.
And that's why they like it. And they'll eat them as long as they can find them. Even after a frost, they'll pick the dead ones up off the ground.
Not surprised. Wow.
There is a cricket farm in Bozeman now. They're making cricket meal.
Let's bring on Bigfoot, the leaping lab. She's young but smart. That little jump gives her a pretty good mark on shot birds.
The place he's got in Big Timber, those high benches up on the crazies.
Yeah.
It's spectacular scenery. Sit.
It's a pretty serious breeze, so they could be a ways down here.
We've got a point over here.
That's a classic spot, too. Well, that's a little disappointing. Yeah.
Whoa!
There's a bomber. Well, that's what we've been chasing the whole time. Is that big sage grouse. He thinks there's more. I'll trust him.
Good, good.
Good shot, Al. I'm trying.
Bigfoot!
And no stragglers. I think she's on right here. Maybe she'll bring it to me. Oh, she'll bring it to him.
Good girl. Heel.
Yeah, here's first bird of the season. Watch Al.
Dad.
He sends her only after her nose is pointed
Dad.
right at the bird.
Back!
Gosh, she seems to be right on it. There you
she
go.
got it.
Woohoo.
Good
Nice.
girl. Heel. Atta girl. Heel. Thank you, Bigfoot. You got just one, right?
Yep, they were roosting right here at some
Yep.
point.
That's why I never walk in. You know, let the dog work it out.
Yeah.
My name is David Miller. I'm the Shotgun Product Manager and Pro Shooter for CZ USA. It's important that when the bird flushes out of the grass that we get our body in position to take that shot. The bird was to flush out to my right. At this moment, I would take a few steps, insert the gun in front. If it flew off to the left, I would be able to adjust my body and insert the gun in front of the target. See this all the time. This is one thing that will really put more birds in the bag.
That was fun. How does shade help the hunting? Find out next on Wing Shooting USA. This portion of Wing Shooting USA is brought to you by the National Shooting Sports Foundation. Win a free hunting trip at wingshootingusa.org. CZ USA Shotguns. Shoot safe, shoot often, shoot a CZ. MyDogEnergyBar.com. Fuel your dog's top performance. Redfield, South Dakota. Celebrate Pheasantennial, where it all started a century ago, the pheasant capital of the world. And Laylap's Dog GPS. Your smartphone tracks him without a cell phone signal. While you're watching a preview of next week's show featuring Épagnol Bretons and Iowa wild birds, consider putting your money where your mouth is by joining a group that conserves hunting habitat and the birds that live there. Here's a candidate. The North American Grouse Partnership is the only group advocating for all 12 species of North American grouse. Its goal is to ensure that conservation is guided by science. They led the effort to produce the Grassland Plan for Prairie Grouse and restoring millions of acres of habitat for greater and lesser prairie chickens and sharp-tailed grouse. If you're already a member, thanks. If not, go to grousepartners.org and put your money where your mouth is. The claybirds start up there, and we try to hit them down here. Maybe you want to try that as well. Enter to win at wingshootingusa.org. And you could be taking your friend hunting right here at the Ruggs Ranch, our home place. Hope you're enjoying the show, the smoke, the heat. The dogs are doing pretty darn well considering all of the disadvantages that come from a big fire season in Montana. All right, so listen. Every week on the show, I promise to answer a question right here, and then we all answer these questions at the Facebook page. This one comes from Tim Falconer. Is it better to clip the hair on his Brittany so that the dog is cooler, or is it better to leave that coat the way it is to protect that dog from cuts and abrasion? Well, Tim, in most cases, dogs are bred to have a certain coat for a certain purpose. And in the Brittany's case, and most others, that hair protects the dog more if you leave it on. Clip that dog, you might think that dog will be cooler, but believe it or not, there's some insulative value to a longer coat that will keep the dog cooler in most cases. So I'd leave it the same as it came from the factory.
Sit.
You might want to keep a cooler handy and drop birds in it when you come back for more ammo, coffee, or like me, to look for your lost dog. Water from melting ice is a breeding ground for germs, so use frozen milk jugs or something like Yeti ice. Get more tips and enter to win Yeti gear at our Facebook page.
Sit.
Oh, that was fun. Just the one.
I never handle on a marked retrieve.
Ah ha ha.
Good girl. Good girl. Heel. Good girl. Very good. Nice shot.
Thank you. I'm a way better shooter when I'm surprised.
That's usually how it happens. You walk right up, as soon as you stop, they hear you stop and they go.
Yep. So here's a lesson for everybody. I shot that bird right there. I mean, he flew from right there. I was right there. If you look really hard, you can see the feathers right at the beginning of the snowberry on that side, right after the grass ends. But that bird actually fell 20 feet beyond that. So the feathers were landing where the shot hit the bird. The bird kept going, and I always forget that.
But anytime you see these tall trees, that's where they're going to be, because that's where they can get away from those hawks. If you follow the deer trail, they'll take you to a good spot to cross. There's not many.
No.
Bigfoot, heel.
Oh, I think I'll give him all credit on that.
Got one. You drop any?
Nope.
They all landed in the bush up front.
Nice.
Heel, heel. Good girl, heel. Good girl. Thank you, Bigfoot.
We're moving from shade tree to shade tree along this dry creek bank. There's one or more birds shading up under each of these little bushes. Al pegged that years ago, I'm sure, but what's interesting is this is the whole source of shade for probably 3 or 4 miles in any direction. So we're going to keep looking at it. And while shade is critical in this heat, Al says protection from avian predators is even more important to these birds. Good shot. Up. I'm ready now. Great shooter, insightful dog handler, and gracious teacher. If only we all had a hunting partner like Al. The prairies would be bleak for many of us if it weren't for someone else's knowledge. If you're one of those people, thanks from the rest of us. If you're seeking a guru, your local chapter of Pheasants or Quail Forever is a good place to start. Because hunting is more than just a full game bag. Sometimes we get a limit of ideas too. Thanks to everyone at Central Montana and the Montana Film Office, Al Gadori and 6X Outfitters, my crew Tad and Lynn, Judith Mountain Lodge, and all those wildland firefighters. I'm Scott Linden. Thank you for watching.